Hello everyone. So in this video, let's discuss on Professional Ethics Unit 5. So under Unit 5 of Madras University syllabus, these are the following concepts that we are going to discuss. We will just start our discussion with understanding the ancient Indian education system. We will get to know about law of karma and how ethical principles influences quality of work life. And finally, we will get to know the ethical principles given by Vivekananda, Gandhiji, Aurobindo, and Tagore. So to start with, let's try to understand the ancient Indian education system. So traditionally, the ancient Indian education system, it followed residential learning model, which is called as Gurukulam system. Under this Gurukula system, what happens is like the students will reside with their teacher in an ashram, and they involve themselves in Guru Seva, which is also it's a selfless service which is offered by the students to the gurus. This aims at building humility, discipline, and dedication among students. So the method of teaching in Gurukulam system is more of practical teaching and storytelling. So this is like more effective way of imparting knowledge to students. And the curriculum basically involved Vedas, mathematics, science, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. Apart from this, warfare techniques and art skills were also imparted. So there has been a holistic development of physical, mental, and intellectual as well as moral aspects of students. So these are the lessons that we learn from ancient Indian education system. The next concept that we are going to see is the law of karma, and it's like a fundamental principle in Indian ethics which is going to say there is a direct link between every action and its result. So good action leads to good outcome and bad action leads to bad outcome. So this is nothing but law of karma. So law of karma, as I already told you, it's a doctrine of cause and effect. So one has to reap what they have sown. So every individual has to take responsibility for the action and take ownership of the relevant consequences. So every choice that is made today by an individual will have an impact on the future. And this law of karma, it is like universally applied because there is a chain of reaction across universe. So law of karma, it emphasizes that the intention behind every action is like very important. If the intention behind every action is like positive, it's going to create a good karma, and if the intention is like bad, then it's going to create negative karma for an individual. So that's law of karma. So why is this law of karma is like very important? Because it's like a guiding factor. It shapes the human behavior towards the righteous path. Because since good action, it creates good karma. So hence, individuals are motivated to take righteous path. Individuals are motivated to follow the ethical principles in order to have a good karma in the future. So moving on to the next concept, quality of work life. So there are three aspects when I say quality of work life. So what are the three aspects included? First one is job satisfaction. Second one is work life balance, and the third one is favorable work environment. So in order to achieve all these three aspects of quality of work life, following ethical principles by an individual in an organization, it's like very important. An employee who is going to follow ethical principles like honesty, integrity, respect, courteousness, compassion, etc., he is definitely going to feel valued, and he is going to have a fulfillment in his job, and he is going to derive the job satisfaction, as well as he will know the right balancing between personal life and professional life. And an employee who is like following the ethical principles rightly in an organization, he's gonna one in an organization who is going to create a favorable work environment as well. So in this way, in order to attain quality of work life, ethical principles play a very dominant role. Moving on to the next concept. So now we are just going to see the ethical principle given by various national leaders and philosophers in India. So the first one is like ethical principles of Vivekananda. We all know Swami Vivekananda was an Indian Hindu philosopher. He was an author as well as a religious teacher. So what does this ethical principle emphasize? So the first ethical principle, he advocates that every individual should feel united. Okay, they should actually get understanding that hurting others is like equal to harming oneself, and an individual should be a selfless creature, because selfishness is the root cause for all evils, and all individuals should strive to serve the humanity, considering it is like equal to serving God. And every individual should follow truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance towards each other. So when they are just gonna follow these ethical principles, it would be the right path for spiritual growth and also for self-realization. And these are the ethical principles that's given by Swami Vivekananda. So ethical principle of Gandhiji. So we all know Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was a prominent leader in the Indian independence movement, and the two prominent ethical concept that's been given by Gandhiji was Satya and Ahimsa. Satya, it means truthfulness, and Ahimsa is like non-violence. So Gandhiji insists on being truthful and sincere and honest in all situations, even if the situations is like challenging, as well as being non-violent, which means it's like not hurting anyone. So the other ethical principles that's given by Gandhiji is like simplicity, self-discipline, and social justice. By simplicity, we mean an individual should be free from all materialistic desires, and one should know how to control the desires and impulse behavior. And also, one should work towards the welfare for all, rather than personal gain. So all these are the prominent ethical principles that's given by Mahatma Gandhi. The next one is like ethical principle given by Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo was an Indian yogi, Maharishi, and an Indian nationalist. So according to him, what's ethics? Ethics is all about spiritual morality. Okay, so he says ethics should come from the spiritual growth of a person, or it should come from the divine will. Okay, and it should not be from a social morality, which is from an external pressure. An individual follows any moral values due to the fear for punishment, so that's social morality. But spiritual morality is when an individual, he understands the divine will within himself, and he pursues moral values for spiritual growth, and that is the right way for following moral values according to Sri Aurobindo. So ethics, according to him, ethic guides philanthropic activities also. Hence, according to Sri Aurobindo, if one needs to follow ethical values, it should come from within oneself, from an inner transformation, from the divine will, and not from the external pressure or social expectation. That's the ethical principle that is given by Sri Aurobindo. And finally, let's see the ethical principle that's given by Rabindranath Tagore. We all know Rabindranath Tagore was a famous Indian Bengali poet. He is also a philosopher and multifaceted personality. He was a Nobel Prize laureate for literature in 1913 for his work Gitanjali, as well as he is the person who gave the national anthem for two countries, one is India and the other, as well as Bangladesh. So, what is the ethical principle given by Rabindranath Tagore? He advocates for universal love. So, when he says universal love, there are two aspects to it. One is brotherhood, and other one is love for nature. So he says, love the human beings, love the fellow beings, as well as love the nature. Both would lead to, like harmonious coexistence, as well as it would lead to compassion and empathy among individuals, and this would lead to sustainability, ecological growth, as well as wonderful place to live in. So he also advocates that education will be the right tool for imparting moral values among students for their moral reasoning and ethical growth. So in Unit 5, we tried to learn about ancient Indian education system. We learned about Gurukulam system and in what way it was in holistic development. it led to the holistic development of the students. The next one we saw about the law of karma, the doctrine which says good actions leads to good consequence, while bad action leads to bad consequences. Next we saw about the quality of work life and how ethical principles directly impacts the same. And finally we studied about the ethical principles that's given by Vivekananda, Gandhiji, Sri Aurobindo and Rabindranath Tagore. So hope you have understood the concepts under professional ethics. Thank you.